I would like to thank Caress and Be Night for sending me the story, and this is another melanated excellence business entrepreneurial type story. So in this picture, you see a woman by the name of Chamaria Moncrief. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing her name correctly. She is from Alabama, and she runs a telecommunications company. Now, this is something that you don't often hear where ADOS runs a telecommunications company, at least one that's solely owned by them and not in partnership with something else. You got to be very careful when it comes to something like that. But anyway, it says that her company was offered a $4.4 million deal, and that deal could have came with a lot of stipulations, and most likely it did. And she turned it down, and now her company is worth value at $7.3 million because she turned down that deal. Let me go ahead and read this article coming from blackbusiness.com. Based in the heart of Alabama, Tesix Wireless, a fast-growing black-owned telecommunications firm, wants to provide more flexibility and feature pack plans by eliminating everything millennials hate about their wireless plans and delivering more of what they want. And this even includes zero fees and taxes. Sounds like a pretty solid deal to me. Launching just 8 months ago, the company's value quickly rose by $1.4 million after recent investments from the likes of Ladarius Gunter, former Green Bay Packers cornerback, Sean Hamilton of the Washington Redskins linebacker, Ayodeji Olatoye, the Atlanta Falcons quarterback, and many others. With these investments, the company's value rose to $7.3 million from its original $5.9 million at the time of launch. Before its launch, the company received a $4.4 million acquisition offer to be dispersed over 4 years because of its extensive waitlist investments and other notable factors, in which was turned down. Founder and led by Chamaria Moncrief, the 25-year-old African-American Alabama native, says the offer was not impressive because she understood the value of what her company held. That line right there is something that needs to be echoed to every ADOS business owner. Because it was another one, if y'all ever heard of this company called Bevel, I forgot the founder's name. He was offered a lot of money to have his products to be bought by some company. And when I say a lot of money, I'm talking about hundreds of millions of dollars. But he's like, no, I understand the value of my product and I want to be the sole owner of it and not just not a partner in something I created, because they can take that product and taint it. So he still, to my knowledge, to this day, still owns that Bevel line, which is basically a razor, a shaving kit that caters mainly to men with a certain hair texture. I think more like coarse hair. So of course that's a product that's more geared towards black men. I remember actually buying my dad one of the kits, I think for Father's Day a couple years ago, and he loved it. It says, if anyone is willing to offer this amount of money for a company that hadn't launched, it was because they saw value, they saw the worth. What they didn't realize, however, is that I too saw the value of my company, and I clearly understood what I needed to do to make what they offered. When asked by some of the startup investors what inspired them to invest, one investor, Daryl Copeland, expressed, I've known Ms. Moncrief for some time now. Her humor, cheerfulness, and creative genius is what attracts me to her as a businesswoman and as a person. Her ideas and visions for Tesix are engaging, fun, and worth every penny. Because her company is millennial focused, her growth strategy is to reach her target the best way to reach any millennial, which is through social media. We are in a fast moving digital age and in a world that revolves around social media. In this age, millennials can be found where there is a convenience, and that convenience is picking up their cell phones, their tablets or laptops, and searching, apply for and buying things they want when they want it directly on the internet. And I want to position Tesix amid that convenience. To build the company's presence over the last few months from its launch, Tesix has partnered with various social media influencers to generate brand visibility and quickly grew its subscribers base through those partnerships. In the last 3 months, the company has seen a significant increase in its subscribers from its first quarter and counting. With long term in mind, Chamaria hopes within 5 to 10 years to be able to create her create her very own infrastructure to offer her phone service. But as she builds her company, she has some exciting developments in the works now that include store openings, the release of her flagship Tesix mobile products, and the release of the company's self-brand mobile smartphone. And then it leaves the website, in which I will pin down into the comments below, which is www.tesixwireless.com. I mean, what else can you say to that? I'm actually glad that a lot of people are actually getting into the telecom field, because that is a very heavily funded area. And I'm glad that she's able to do this on her own on a grassroots level. I think I actually did do a video about a black guy last year who created his own telecom company and was producing his own cell phone, and it was doing phenomenally well. Ray J, he has his own company. I think it's called Raycon or something like that, and his is doing well. His company actually did fairly well in less than a year, and I think it also attribute to the fact of his name. But sometimes it doesn't always come down to the name. It just comes down to your products, and people find value in it, and that's really all it boils down to. Like she said, she found value in her company, which is why she couldn't allow herself to be bought by another entity. Because she says if they saw value in it, then that means she knew she had value in something, and it meant that she needed to hold on to it. That's just like when someone's hating on you. If you don't have haters, then you're not doing something right. So they saw something in her company that they wanted, but she saw something greater. And that was something money that could not buy, and it was priceless. And that was her own creativity. So I can't even knock her just on that alone. She has integrity, because some people would have been quick to give away that company for pennies. And it's a good thing she held on to it, because now the value has gone up since that offering by damn near $4 million. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. I will talk to you in the next one.